Chris, and this is That's a Wrap. And this is the show where there's no holds barred. We can talk about anything except for I set the rules with the guest at the beginning, asking them if there's anything they would like to talk about. My guest today live streams with his brother. He has his own YouTube channel. And if there's anybody I know who can converse with no holds barred, it's this guy. So let's bring him in. It's the Robe. Hey, how are you doing?
What's good? I didn't know it was that kind of show.
So I'm going to say hello to everybody in the chat real quick. Hey, Katrina, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. She's always really too. She goes, I didn't think she would be tuning in. Happy birthday. Oh, wait, I told her I would sing it. I sing it a certain way when I sing happy birthday to people. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. All right, that's enough of
that. It's almost like the male version of the Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yeah. I said, Mr. President.
All right. Hey Mar, thanks for coming in. Sandy. Who else? We got anybody else? That's it for right now. So let's see. So I know, Robe, you live there in North Carolina.
I do.
And was the weather good there today? Because here
God,
it wasn't that great.
We were actually sweating, man. It was like 75 today.
Oh wow.
80, yeah, it was 80. It got up to 80 around 2 o'clock, man. I was like, good God almighty. I feel like I was on Florida.
Well, I'll tell you what, it started out at 60 degrees up here, and then it dropped during the day. It's like the total opposite. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the wind was blowing.
Weather, man.
And the wind was blowing so hard when I was on my route today out towards the edge of town. I was looking for tornadoes because that truck was rocking really hard. I was afraid the truck was going to flip over. So
be careful out there in the Midwest now.
Oh yeah. You know, they always talk about hurricanes, hurricanes. They can predict those. They can't predict tornadoes. I mean, they can say there's possibility of a tornado, but those things come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tornadoes whip up like in no time.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that because hurricanes, you got plenty of time. If you stay for hurricanes because you want to,
Right.
By the time it gets here, if you ain't left, you're asking for it. Whereas tornado, you're kind of grabbing ass,
Right. I was actually talking to a lady today. We were talking about hurricanes, and I told her that I was in the back of a truck during a hurricane down in Louisiana. And we were driving, and I'm talking about one of those military trucks with just the canvas top on it. Yeah, you just felt like that thing was going to be lift up and fly away.
During Katrina?
No, there was a smaller one that came in after Katrina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
still though, they always say, "Oh, Category 1's no big deal."
Right.
So you've been through Category 1.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as 2 or 3 or 4, but it's still pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
And the thing about a hurricane is it spawns off tornadoes.
Oh yeah,
you have like 10 tornadoes besides a hurricane is going on because of the hurricane. It's crazy.
Right, and it's not just. It doesn't mean it's right there in that area because we get all the weather after the tornado because it all just hits land and just becomes a storm. But yeah, it's nuts. So, do you if there's a tornado getting ready to hit North Carolina, do you stay in place or do you move out?
Well, I live by the water, so I'm not really. I'm more worried about the hurricane itself than I would be tornadoes because we got a lot of buildings here and stuff like that. I've been on and off back and forth from Florida to here for like 20 years, and I've never seen a tornado, to be honest with you. I know they hit around where I'm at, in Wilmington. like in Brunswick County and stuff like that, like they get it because they don't have any buildings. I mean, it's all flat land, like in
Right.
the Midwest. So yeah, tornadoes pop up left and right, and do serious damage. Not
Right.
like what just happened in Kentucky, but definitely there's been some things that have happened,
All right. Right. Mars says we had a crappy night last night. The tornado sirens was blaring after midnight, but I'm good today. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Mar, you live here in Tennessee, and from what I understand, Kentucky got hit pretty hard last night. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So
I
I
love
mean,
Tennessee. I've been in Tennessee. Dollywood. Dollywood. I
yeah.
love Dollywood, man.
Yep. Just before I did this, I had a buddy who stopped in. I served with him over in Bosnia and Iraq, and he's telling me he wants to move to Tennessee. So I think his girlfriend's actually she's from there. So
Yeah,
he's talking about moving down to Tennessee. So I hate to see him go. He's a really good friend. So, but
Tennessee's nice. It really is.
yeah,
Smoky Mountains and all that. And Dolly.
yeah. Yeah,
And
he was asking me if I moved, where would I go? I said it's either Florida or Texas.
you know who lives out in Tennessee? I mean, nobody knows this, but like his whole family lives out there. Is Vince Neil from Motley Crue.
Oh wow,
Like that's
wow.
where he's originally from. That's why they scream California. They're a California rock band, but like his voice, you could tell he's got that southern twang to him, and that's he's a native of Tennessee.
Right, right.
Where he hails from. So of course it's going to be in his sound. And I don't know. I'm just loaded with useless information tonight.
Well, there was actually there's been a few of course people who came from Indiana, but one that I really was surprised of that I found out a few years ago is David Lee Roth
Oh
is
wow!
is from Indiana.
What?
Yeah, and then I was listening to the Joe Rogan Experience, and he had David Lee Roth on, and he was talking about David Lee Roth is from Newcastle. Now, I didn't know he's from Newcastle. And Newcastle ain't that far away. Matter of fact, one of Margie's sisters live in Newcastle. And I'm like, wouldn't you think Newcastle would have something there saying home to David Lee Roth or something?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he moved to California very young, though. Obviously,
Oh yeah, yeah. But
you know,
he talked about growing up
to
in
Pasadena.
Indiana.
Yeah, he went to Pasadena High School and all that.
Right. He talked about growing up in Indiana. He's like, yeah, he goes, when I was a kid, when you were old enough to be able to pick up a rifle, your father took you hunting. And he
Yeah.
goes, we went hunting, deer came. My father told me to take the shot. I pulled the trigger. My father said, you should have been a banker's son.
When I killed
Hey,
mine.
Surf Mom.
When I killed my first deer, I cried, man. I couldn't do it. I thought, I thought I was soft.
See,
It
I think
wasn't. It wasn't that I was soft. It was just I just seen Bambi way too many times.
I think you either go one or the other way
Yeah,
when you first do it. I think
yeah,
either A, you feel sad that you killed something like that, or some people feel more connected to the animal, especially after seeing how it's processed into meat and becomes meat and something that
yeah,
you eat.
yeah.
Yeah. So
No, I
I
didn't either. I couldn't do it, or I don't know. Like I said, it that was a you're bringing up some. This is. I don't want to go into this.
I don't know. I love venison. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, if it's prepared right, jerky. Well, I like the jerky, and stuff like that. But
Right. I think my favorite is the summer sausage with jalapeno cheese.
mm,
That is awesome.
that
I
actually
love
sounds
that.
pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course up here in Indiana, I got a lot of friends who go out and hunt, and that's one of the things they get, and sometimes they give it to us for Christmas. So yeah, it's like you're out, and it's like, you got any more? No. It's like so you do a show with Al, of course, every Sunday morning. Well, Sunday kind of,
Dude, speaking of that,
yeah.
I feel so bad. He had a live show. It's actually a thing for is a fundraiser for uh like people who don't have houses,
Okay. Yeah.
and I was supposed to like come on there and stuff like that, and I totally forgot. That's when you got lucky, kid. You're lucky. You're lucky that you know you. I think you get me and you know me,
Right.
because if you don't stay on me and be like, hey, we're doing this thing, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I am, because I'm all over. Like I act like I'm all over the place, but no, I really am all over the place. Like I do. I'm just very. I have a crazy life, but like um, I think he thinks I blew him off type thing,
Right.
um, and he gets real emotional. He gets real sensitive when it comes to like um you know, he feels like he's just left out of the mix, man. He feels like the forgotten creator, because when he started doing videos,
Right.
he came out when Prince Charming was getting started, super enthused. It was like the next generation of creators
Right.
at that
Right.
point. And and you're more like the next generation. You know
Well,
what I mean?
actually, you know what? My YouTube's channel started like a month before Al's.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you would be second generation.
Yeah.
But like Al, I don't know. He just he crossed over from because he's an actual cinematographer. Like he went to school for all that
Oh
stuff. And
yeah.
he
Yeah.
can do your there he's got some stuff coming out, man, that's like, you know, crazy Hollywood type style stuff. And I'm like, dude,
Right.
YouTube, but I don't think they're gonna get it. Like people don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah.
people would rather watch like me and you just sitting here, BSing, you know what I'm saying? As
Right.
opposed to watching real serious cinematic type stuff. And
Right.
he's just, like I said, he's kind of like a Homer Simpson, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just
Right.
he's or a
I
Fred Flintstone. Like he's trying, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Uh, Before we answer Katrina's question here, what I think, Al does great. I think Al does great on videos, everything like that. And and a lot of times I'm like, Al, just be yourself. I said
Yeah,
people just want to see you. They want to
yeah.
see
He's
what you're
funnier when
doing.
he's himself, for sure.
But I think where Al has a problem is promoting what he's putting out.
Right.
That's where I think Al,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so,
He's
but
he lacks in that department. He doesn't
yeah,
know, and he doesn't care though. Like he always says with me, he's like, because I was like, because I'm always on him. I'm like, man, these people are making they're making money now. Everybody that you started out with, and really, like, he doesn't, and he's very to himself and me. Like he's very that's what I'm saying, when he does stuff with you and like I won't say feel honored, but like
right,
he's just not a people person. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Um, like he'll reach out. If he reaches out, it's genuine. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because
right.
he's not a type to just reach out for whatever. You know.
He's also
So
not easy to get a hold of.
no, he's not. No, he's not. And in answer to Katrina's question, the one who has ADHD is the younger version of me, big time.
So,
He won't admit it though, but he does.
yeah. So is your family originally from North Carolina then?
Hell no.
No?
Ain't man one of my family from North Carolina. No, no. I'm no. My mother's side is from Trenton, New Jersey. It's funny. My mother. I have a cousin who was the chief of police in Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay, okay.
So there's a lot of deep dish getting action over there. But and that's where I get a lot of my. I mean, I was raised on my mother's side, really. You know what I
Right.
mean? My father, Lebanese and stuff, Arabic. So it's like um, they were actually more southern, believe it or not. They were from South Carolina, from
Oh,
Camden
okay, okay.
and Charleston.
Yeah.
So I get along with everybody. I can you know switch from straight Guinea to country boy in 5 seconds.
Hey, Nick.
Oh,
Oh, no.
talk about that. Good thing
So,
the robe's closed. Anyway,
yeah.
People would have been like, "Whoa, what the?" Sorry about that. It's 10:30 at night. What do you want?
So
Anyway.
let me ask you this. Okay, what is a normal day in your life like?
We don't talk about that.
What?
A normal day to me would not be a normal day to most people.
I'm sure. I'm sure it would be.
No, it's I run I have a design bathrooms and things, a home business and stuff, and I do a lot of hands-on type stuff and create many things, and because everybody's like, "Oh, where do you get your money from?" You know, and I've done a lot of things in my life that have generated quite a bit of money. So I'm like, and I still touch down with people like that. Like a day for me, like when I first get up in the morning, I'm up around 4:35 because at my age I can't sleep for crap.
Right.
Sure, you too. You're getting there. You know, you just can't. Like I don't know, man. It's like 4 o'clock. There's like a rooster that goes off in my head.
Yeah.
But
Once you get used to it, it's hard to not get up. That's all it is.
Yeah, for real. And then it doesn't matter how late I stay up. Like I gotta be up till 3 and still get up at 4. You know what I mean? Like I slept the whole night.
Right.
But I'll be tired, you know.
So
but
yeah.
I mean, like my day, I don't know, a typical day? Is that what
typical day. Yeah.
I start off, gotta have coffee, you know, and obviously those kind of not getting much sleep, you know, but like a bathe, that is a very important part of me,
right?
Bathing and smelling like $1,000,000. The hair takes a while,
right?
You know, I'm very very self-conscious about myself. You know, not many people know that. Everybody think I'm full of myself. I'm actually not. I'm very self-conscious. So I'm very attentive to myself to make sure that people are not offended by my physical form. They may be offended by my personality, but they will be offended by my physical form. So. And then it's like a bunch of yelling. So
is that at home or are you at work yet?
At work, at home, you name it, there's yelling. But not mean yelling, not bad yelling, just there's just schedules to keep, you know.
Oh yeah. So do you most of your work right there in North Carolina, or do you branch out to different areas, or
mostly North Carolina?
Mostly North Carolina. So
only because I've had many opportunities to do things across the country. I just like North Carolina. I do. As soon as I came here, I fell in love with it. This is where Blackbeard, you know what I mean? This is where he did most of his business, man.
Right.
You know, and like there's just so much history here, man, with George Washington, and this is where George Washington came to vacation. Like I'm serious.
I'm not. I mean, I believe you.
He came here to relax.
Right.
And like I said, if you ever able to come here, Chris, you would see that it's nice.
I've been to North Carolina. I have.
Yeah, you've been to the coastal to the beaches and stuff?
Not so much in North Carolina, more in South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Myrtle Beach. Like you could throw a rock to Myrtle Beach from where I'm at.
Okay. See, I had a buddy when I was younger. He was there. Is there still an Air Force base there?
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach. He was stationed there when he first got in.
Okay.
And I'd go down and see him there a lot. And then Mom and Dad go to Myrtle Beach all the time. What's a popular beach right there in North Carolina?
I mean, Wrightsville Beach, Carolina Beach.
Because I'm sure my mom and dad's gone to a beach there in North Carolina. So Now it's not neither one of the Carolinas, but one place that I went to that I really enjoyed was Tybee Island. There in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that it's not that far from Hilton Head.
Okay. I love Hilton Head.
Yeah, you can see Hilton Head from Tybee,
Yeah.
but Tybee's just like right outside of Savannah.
Okay.
So, but that was pretty neat. And then we went and ate some racist chicken later on. We went to what's that woman's name that was
gotta
on?
I gotta ask. What is a racist chicken?
What was that woman that was known on TV for cooking? And they got her. She said something.
Paula Deen.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went to her restaurant, and I'm telling you what, I didn't know who she was. All right, my whole what we was doing at Tybee Island was I was getting ready to go to Iraq, and instead of me going home, my whole family went together, and we got a great big condo right there on the beach. There at Tybee Island. Of course, we went to Savannah. It was so close to check out things, and my mom and everybody, they wanted to go to Paula Deen. I didn't know who Paula Deen was. I didn't care, So we go in there and they're like, she's known for her chicken. She's known for her chicken. So I ordered the chicken, right? I bite into this and I look at my wife and I'm like, this tastes like banquet chicken out of the box. That's what I told her.
Yeah. It's very commercial.
Yeah. So I was not impressed. I was happier to see the bench that what's his name? The guy that played Forrest Gump.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, the bench that he sat on there in Savannah for the movie Forrest Gump. I was happier to see that than to go to some woman's place that's supposedly supposed to be known for her chicken. I did not care. So, but yeah. So I don't know. So you and Al, you guys are always working together. Al's the show. You're kind of like a little bit of the money behind it, aren't you? I mean, you help him out whenever he needs help. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's your little brother, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to help out your little brother.
Right. It's funny, when we first started, a lot of people did not know we were even related. Like, they just thought we were buddies. You know what I mean? And so I thought that was funny. And people started being like, "Are you guys actual brothers?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah." I hang out with this prick if he wouldn't. Nah, I'm just playing. I love that kid to death, man. He's all right. He really is, man. He's got a shave though. Jesus Christ, this kid's starting to look like the Taliban.
Well, he met us at the park last year, and he was doing some odd things. And of course,
he's an odd person, bro.
And my
Al doing odd things? No.
And my daughter says he's doing things like a little kid. I'm like, okay. I said, think how old his kids are.
Yeah.
And how, that's kind of how it is. I mean, you got
like, I become I have a 9-year-old daughter, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll become a 9-year-old when I'm there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You have to, that's just something you do with your kid, you gotta, and you gotta be on that level each year as they mature. You know what I mean? You're maturing right along with them.
Up until the point they just ignore you.
Yeah. You're an old man. What are you doing? You're in the way.
But they come back around when they get older. That's
yeah. Then you're the hero again because they need things.
Yep. And we're getting ready to have our last one move out.
Oh boy.
Yep. She moves out next Wednesday. So,
but you'll be free. No.
I'm gonna miss her. I am gonna miss her. She's got a boyfriend now, and they're moving in together. And,
oh God.
Well, they both have jobs, so that's a good thing. But the way I see it,
you like him?
What I know of him.
Yeah, they never reveal everything, do
they? He hasn't given me a reason not to like him. So.
That's good. That's good.
But I'm gonna get my room back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the room she's down there in, the room I'm in right now used to be the girls' room. And then Heaven got older, said, I want my own room. I had my own room. It was like a man cave down there, you know. I had video games set up. I had everything like that. And all of a sudden, my oldest daughter says, I want my own room. And that went away. So
the things we sacrifice.
So Heaven, of course, Heaven graduates. She goes to college. You know, we keep the room for her because, you know, she just went to college, right? So she's coming home.
I love that your daughter's name's Heaven, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. So she her actual name's Heaven Lee.
Oh, that's cool.
But so you know, she lived just across the state. It was a 3-hour drive to go see her or anything like that. But so I'm like, all right. Once Heaven's out and on her own, I can get my room back. All of a sudden, Haley goes, I don't want to be in this room no more. I want to move down to. So she moved down there.
You can't win.
Yeah. So, but you know, I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'm gonna miss you, but I'm just happy I'm getting my room back.
It's like you walk in, you're like, you hear the angels like when Al plays it. You're like, oh.
When she walked in and heard me talking to Margie about my ideas for the room back there, she goes, I'm not even out of the house and you're already making plans.
You're already making plans.
But so how many kids you have?
47.
47?
No. Seems like it. No, I have 4 girls, man. I'm a girly daddy.
Yeah, I think what it is. I think what happens is the guys that are the most masculine men end up with daughters.
Yeah, I believe that
because
I'm masculine.
Because I think it evens you out. You know what I mean?
It does. It does.
And I'm like, I don't even know if I'd want to raise a son. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, nah, me neither. I got these people. I got a friend of mine. They got a little boy, and oh my God, dude, he is wide open, son. Like I won't go into it, but he did something in his bed. He's 2 years old,
right?
Like 2 or 3 years old, and they were like, did any of your daughters ever do that? You know, they were like trying to connect. You know, I was like, no, girls don't do that. I was like, no, that must be a boy thing because that's pretty. I don't know, and I don't think I'd have I wouldn't have the patience with a son, to be honest, man. Like I think God knew that girls would be my forte because like boys, like I don't know, I just don't have the patience, man. Like I would constantly be like, you know, straighten up, back right, you know,
right? Oh yeah.
I'd just be a lot harder, you know what I'm saying? Because I'd want them to be a gentleman and be, you know, like that kind of thing. And I don't know. I guess just wasn't in the cards, baby.
Right. Well, when Margie, when she was
made
pregnant,
pretty girls though.
When Margie was pregnant with Heaven, so I had one of my senior NCOs come up to me and they asked me. They said, what do you want, a boy or a girl? I said, well, I'm hoping for a girl because I'm the one who actually picked Heaven's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I said I want a girl, and he goes, no, you don't.
And that's your daddy's Heaven. You know what I mean?
Well, she's kind of named after a Def Leppard song and my brother Kevin. So it's because I was really big into Def Leppard when I was younger. So,
really?
Yeah, I like Def Leppard.
What record? I'm trying to think of what.
This song was called "Heaven Is a Girl That I Used to
Know."
Oh yeah. Yes. So
okay.
So I named her after that, and of course my brother's name is Kevin. And you know, until I seen the movie Up, I didn't think you could name a girl Kevin. So that's
right.
Yeah. So, but he's like, no, you don't. You do not want a girl. You want a boy. I'm like, no, I want a girl. I'm telling you right now, I want a girl. He goes, no, listen to me. He goes, when you have a boy, you only have one thing to worry about. But when you have a girl, you have all the things to worry about.
That he wasn't lying about.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I have not seen one boy walk into this door that hadn't told my daughter, "I'm scared of your dad."
That's how you know you're doing a good job. You're supposed
So,
to be scared.
yeah, yeah. And most of them are bigger than
We
me.
were just can we talk about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
We, me and my other brother were just having this conversation about Santa Claus,
Okay.
and how it's important to see a father's main, a lot of people think a father's main uh, job is to make sure that the daughter learns what it is to have how a man should treat her.
Right, right,
Father teaches daughter, embellishes on the daughter, obviously, to let the daughter know that she's special, she's worthy of this, that, and the other, and
right,
should have a man who does the same for her. In essence, like her father did for her. You know what I mean?
right,
So, but that's not our main thing when they're
right.
young. That's when, as they get older, you know,
Yeah,
when they're young, the father's job is to make sure that the innocence of that child remains intact.
right, right,
You know, and my brother was like joking. They were joking around saying we're going to let her know that certain character in the human existence around December 25th isn't real. And I immediately, my rooster feathers freaking popped up. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Immediately, no, the hell you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that. That is that time will come. You know what I'm saying? But not
right.
right now.
And sometimes they end up figuring it out without you telling them.
Mm, yeah. I like to explain it though. Like I explain it to my other girls, and it seemed to it's better when you explain it the way I explain. You want to know how I explain it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't want to take any credit for embellishing upon you on one particular day so much, so as uh, in other words, for you to think that there's this magical character out there that brings these things.
Right,
I just thought that was a beautiful thing, and,
right,
you know, and it takes away from. Uh, in other words, it instills a little bit of humility in us.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? To where we do things like that
Without trying to take credit for it.
without
Yeah.
trying to get any name for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's part of being a good parent, really. You know what I mean? To me, when it
Right.
comes to
Right.
and Coca-Cola, right? For inventing the thing,
Well, I mean, I think actually Santa Claus, the Legend of Santa Claus was first. It was Coca-Cola just created the image,
right.
is what they did.
Yeah, Saint Nick. Yeah, there
Yeah.
was an actual Saint Nick,
Yeah.
but he didn't drop $1,500 on Christmas presents. And just saying,
Yeah.
but yeah, my kid's a little spoiled a little bit, but she's not though. The kid. That's another thing. When your kid's an A student and they
Yeah.
do everything they're supposed to do, and they're the sweetest little thing,
Oh yeah.
and respectful and do what they're supposed to do. They're just good all the way around, just good. I'm telling you, I'm blessed, man,
Oh yeah.
and loves me to death. Thinks I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. So
Right.
I of course, you know what I'm saying. Of course, you're gonna go that extra mile.
Right. Right. See, I think Margie,
Still
she
hurts though.
she was always with our daughter. She was always upset because she was always like, they look at you like you can do no wrong.
That's right.
And she goes, "But yet, if I'm at a party with you
Oh yeah.
and they see me drinking a beer, they're
Oh yeah.
giving me looks and everything."
Oh yeah. I've heard her reprimand her mother on many occasions, man. And I'm always just like, what the? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Now
But boys are like that with their fathers, though. From what I understand, like friends of mine have said, believe it or not, it's the other way with a son, like if we're out at the mall and we checking out a chick, the son will get all pissed off. But what are you doing? I'm just noticing. Whereas a daughter would be like, he's just that's all right, or they'd be like, Dad, that's not nice, they're real gentle about it. Whereas the son will cuss you out,
Yeah.
Funny.
There's been times, where I'll say something to somebody, not my daughters or anybody, that I'll say, I think that girl's pretty, and they're like, Chris, you're married. I'm like, yes, I'm married. I'm not blind.
Yeah.
I'm married.
I still got it.
But
no, there's
you were talking about Santa Claus. So I don't know if I've ever told this story before ever on here. So when Heaven and Haley were both young, I mean, Haley was like really young. Margie lives in a town that's like 20 minutes away from it. Well, she doesn't live there. She's from there. She lives here where I live. But we were over visiting on Christmas Eve. And we got home. We were coming home late. And Margie's telling the girls, you need to get to bed right away, or Santa will not come if you're not asleep. Yeah. And, they're like, I'm not tired. I'm not tired. So we're coming up to the house, and 2 houses down, Santa Claus is walking into somebody's front door.
Oh my God.
We stop in front of the house, and Margie goes, you better hurry up and get in there.
I bet they were sleeping 5 minutes. That's awesome though. Yeah, probably somebody was. Yeah, that's cool though.
I was surprised there wasn't a question. Why is he going in the front door?
I got one. When I used to own a nightclub, one of the most popular nightclubs in Wilmington at the time. This years ago, and my brother, we had a guy dress up as Santa Claus for the club and stuff. It's like an episode of The Sopranos.
Right.
I made him, and my oldest brother. I had the suit. I was coming home. I had the suit, from that night. I was bringing it home.
Right.
And my brother happened to be there. And I was like, listen, get in this suit, and come in the house and make some noise so she wakes up, sees you. Right. Don't turn around just so she sees you, the back of you. And he said, okay. And yeah, man, like I reinstilled the, because nobody, how kids at school, they'll be like, he's not real, right?
Right.
No, man, my kid would be like, my kid would get in fights, dude. My kid would be like, no, you don't know. I've seen him for real. So there's things. Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of the one what you said though, where you saw the 2 doors down of him. That's actually genius. On you guys' part.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool.
Well, I mean, like you were saying, you instilled that, but the thing was, when I was a kid, Santa Claus was at our house every Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he would come in, give us gifts, everything like that. And then we knew he would come back in the morning, because Christmas night or Christmas Eve, we would get presents from Santa. But then in the morning, we knew he would come back because the stockings were filled. But the rest of the presents that were there were from Mom and Dad, because we got our presents from Santa on Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
So that's how it was. And then till somebody got lazy, and sometimes it was like, hey, let's take the kids for a drive. Come on. Oh, you just missed him.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean,
in this house, the presents that are wrapped are from us.
Right.
And then the ones that aren't wrapped are Santa Claus, because
I got you.
He ain't got time to wrap presents, man. He's got a schedule.
He's got elves to do that, though. They never said that.
No. Nope. I think it's kind of cool. Like, you have all these, these things all lined up, and Yeah, the kid goes crazy.
Yeah. Speaking, Heaven sent me a
And it's less
text.
rapid.
Heaven sent me a text not too long ago, and it says Jeff Bezos has all the resources to be Santa Claus and just chooses not to. Is what she is.
That's factual.
But
That guy's good. Now that people think I got money. That guy's got money.
oh yeah, well he got
Dude,
passed. He got passed up as the richest man in the United States, right?
how's that?
He got passed by Elon Musk.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
Amazon's
oh
that's
yeah,
that's huge. Dude.
the only guy who got rich during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But no, Elon Musk, when they went up and they told him, they're like, "Hey, Elon, you have become the richest man in the United States," and he said, "That's funny. Back to work." So,
They're wild cards, man.
oh yeah, yeah. Somebody like that guy, a lot of times they were saying we're going to Mars, and like, oh, okay, and then
Mhm.
you throw Elon Musk into it, and that's where you say, I think we're going to Mars. When you see what this guy can do, it's
Yeah.
like, but
I saw
yeah,
a thing. I saw a thing with him talking about artificial intelligence.
oh yeah,
Yeah, they're like, when do you think artificial intelligence will start, showing up? And he's like, it's already here.
yeah, oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he was like stone cold about it. And they're like,
Well,
do you like the idea of it? Do you like it? He's like, no, I'm afraid of it. It's like
I
I didn't used to be. I
right,
was all for it, but now that I see how advanced it's becoming, you know, that whole Terminator thing where
yeah,
computers think we're in the way, when we're the ones that created them.
oh yeah,
It's really it is kind of scary when you think about it. If they ever, computers decide that we're just not that we're below them, you know what I mean? Like they're
right.
far more superior intelligently, so
And we just keep hooking them up to everything we need to keep us alive. It's what we
pretty
keep.
much.
So I know I heard him talking about he wanted to create a device that was implanted into your head
Mhm.
where we wouldn't have to talk. We could read each other's minds.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that to me, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that because then you
I'd
have
probably get in a lot of trouble.
but then you have no privacy at all. You know what I mean? You have
I don't
no
have any.
privacy. Yeah.
We have daughters. We don't have any privacy now.
But I mean, even for your thoughts, I mean, just have private thoughts.
Yeah,
So
the one safe place, right?
yeah, and next thing you know, the FBI is at your door going, What did I do?" And they're like, "We seen what you thought." It's
I wasn't gonna do it.
like
Hmm.
so, but yeah. So let me ask you this question. Being a guy who goes down and spends or stays in club level, everything like that, do the rising prices and everything actually, I don't know if I want to say affect you, or is it something that's on your mind when you go down there?
No, it's never. The price is never. I know. I don't pay attention to pricing unless it's crap.
Right.
It does annoy me, because it is like okay. I give you a point blank example. I was gonna do my birthday, um, and today I changed my mind because um, I found out that the Polynesian's opening on Valentine's Day. So I was like, I'm not going on my birthday then because I got a whole bunch of crap going on anyway. I'll keep
Right.
stacking until I go,
Right.
and I'm gonna do it right. No, I'm gonna stay at the Polynesian. So Polynesian for 2 nights, club level,
Right.
was $1,800. And I know people don't talk about money, but I love talking about money. I have no shame. Um, the Grand Floridian, I was like, well, if I'm gonna stay at the Polynesian while I'm down there, Stay a
Right.
couple more days at the Grand, do the Grand Club level, and compare club levels. So that's what I do every time I go. I like to compare different club levels and how they treat you and the food they offer, and
Right.
all these things. And I'm excited about the Polynesian because they just remodeled the whole building, the Hawaiian
Right.
building, and I just hope they didn't change certain things. But anyway, um, they're probably going to go all out because they're just reopening after what, almost 2 years.
Right. Right.
It's like crazy. But anyway, um, Grand Floridian was like $4,000
Oh wow.
for a couple nights. So, um, yeah, I mean, I'll drop easily. I'll drop like 10 grand when I go down there every
Right.
time. Like it's sometimes I'm like, every year I'm like, I'm only gonna go once this year,
Right. Right.
and then 4 times later it's like, yeah, I could have bought a small house.
Yeah. 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 And see what Margie and I, what this next time we go down, we're probably going to be sleeping on an air mattress on heaven's floor. I
But
think
you're
we're,
there.
yeah. Yeah. And then I think, well, what? I think the airline tickets are going to cost us $60 a piece both ways.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Except for
But like,
we can only take a backpack. So
how I ended up starting to do the club level thing
Right, right.
was it's like I realized that because I've been going to the parks since I was in the womb,
Right, right.
since 75, bro. I know those parks, like I could tell you, you know, every square inch
Oh,
of
yeah.
every park other than Animal Kingdom. I'm not really into giraffes' asses, but like as far as Magic Kingdom and Epicots and Hollywood, man, MGM, like I could tell, I just know up front to back to front, side to side. But like my thing is I'm gonna start staying at the resorts. Like
Right.
I'm gonna see at the resorts. I want the Disney feeling at the resorts,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you know? And because to me, without the rides, to me, like the Polynesian is the epitome of just greatness. It
Right.
is. There's a reason why John Lennon stayed there, bro.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's just Michael Jackson. Like that was his favorite
Right.
resort. Like they it's got that something. It's got a certain something to it, man. I don't know.
Right, right. I tell you what,
It's like in California. Now I've never been to Disneyland,
right,
but they have what's Trader Sam's, right?
right.
And it's like a Polynesian. It's their little tiki bar thing
Yeah,
outside of the
that's
Disneyland
in,
hotel.
downtown Disney there, isn't it? Or
I
is it
think
in the
so.
Disneyland
It's
hotel?
it's right. Yeah, I think
Okay.
again, I haven't been there.
Right,
I can only go by what I've been told, but Polynesian is is a resort designed around the whole idea of the Trader Sam's in Disneyland. You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that's how that came to be. That was Walt's and Roy's favorite little getaway was Hawaii and the islands and stuff. So
right.
they wanted to create a resort themed around that and really they took their time so much with it and perfected it so well that it's still here 50 years later
Oh,
and
yeah.
iconic. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, from what I understand, it's the Polynesian and the Contemporary. They fight back and forth on who was first because
Yeah.
one had the first guest, but one had the first reservation.
Right.
So, but the thing is the Polynesian, I've never stayed there, but of course I've gone there for different things and everything like that. And there's one thing about it, and I don't know why, but when I walk in, it the smell reminds me of my grandfather. I don't know if it had to do with maybe a colonial war or something like that, but when I walk,
See what I'm saying though? It's like this nostalgic.
yeah,
Yeah. As soon as you walk in, it's this some kind of nostalgic that grabs you
yeah,
and just you know what I'm saying? It just grabs you. You just like you just gotta. I like with me. I just gotta keep return. I gotta keep going back.
oh yeah,
I'm almost now though, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars later, like now when I go in there, I'm always hoping that I don't get that feeling.
Right. Now, see, I've told
Where
you
I'm like,
before.
cool, I don't
Now,
have to come back here for a while.
I've told you before going, I'm uncomfortable going into the Grand Floridian. I just don't feel like I belong there,
You do though.
But
You do though.
and then
Never not feel like that.
But when I'm in the Contemporary, the only thing that's going through my mind is, are they ever going to sweep that carpet on the other side of the monorail track? Because I'm like, it's filthy over there. Why doesn't anybody go over there and sweep that?
It's funny that you noticed that. I noticed that too.
I'm like, why would they leave it like that? Surely they can put a little bridge down, go across.
It's for nostalgia purposes. They want to let you know how long they've been there. It's 50-year-old dust, bro.
Oh yeah. The dust there is older than the dust that's in the Haunted Mansion. I mean,
yeah.
So
the contempts. Don't even get me going on the contempts.
I know when
my favorite restaurant.
Yeah. Now I know when when she first went down there under the Disney College program, she of course was in housekeeping, and she worked at the Polynesian as
what a job.
But she could be sent to other places, and she did not like working at the Grand Floridian. She did not like it at all. She loved the Contemporary, and I think she was sent down to some of the
modern. Why she didn't like the Grand Floridian?
She said it was just the way the staff was there, that was above them, just wasn't as nice as what they were in other places. So, but I don't know. The whole thing is, I guess I think the place is too fancy when I walk in. It's just like, I don't belong here. I'm the guy who's supposed to be serving the people that stay here.
Not me.
Well, you walk in anywhere, it's like, I'm here.
Yeah,
I own this place now.
yeah, I do. And even the Disney, the cast members are always like, who is this guy? Right. That's where the nickname, the most famous man nobody ever heard of. That's where that came from. Like Al actually coined that from oh God, I can't remember his name. Oh my God, that's terrible. It's a cardinal sin. He was a little old man that worked at the Grand forever. He was like the doorman,
okay, okay.
And he had said, or Al overheard him say to another cast member, who is that guy? He's like the most famous man nobody's ever heard of. And Al heard that, and he was like, that's the tagline for you for life. Because I just have a presence.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you were like, Chris, you get me. Well, the reason why I get you is because I know people like you. I have a cousin that's just like you. You guys would probably hit it up.
I think everybody has a cousin that's just
well, I mean, he lives up in Detroit, right? And this might go a little into the R-rated conversation. But so we go up there, right? And he takes us to this, how do I want to say this? Gentleman's Club,
House of Ill Repute.
Yeah, well, not that far. Not the place where you go do things with girls, but where they take clings off. That's the
gotcha.
All right, and the place is called Henry VIII.
It's an honest living.
Yeah, so we go in there, and he sits down, and he's talking. He goes, "This is my table. This is my table." He goes, "That's just the way it is." He goes, "This is where I sit." And they know this is my table. He said, I don't care if I walk in here and there's somebody sitting here. I will sit down with them. He goes, the way I see it, they'll move if they don't want me here. That's the way it was. And, my uncle, because it was me, my uncle, him, my brother, and my uncle's like, how much does it cost to go back to get a lap dance? He goes, I don't know. Never tipped a girl in here.
Oh, jeez.
He's hitting more on the waitresses than what he is. And he's like, I'm telling you right now, they flip the lights on in here, it will scare you to death. And there was something wrong because the girls were buying us drinks. So, that's when you know something's not right about a place like
You want to pay him to put it back on. Baby, please. The milk's gone bad. Oh,
but
that's true love. That's true
yeah,
love.
yeah. But yeah, I plan on having Al on here sometime. I don't know. Does he stay up this late?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That kid never sleeps, man. That's why he's
Right.
the way he is.
Oh
People
yeah.
think he's tweaked out on something, man. He never sleeps. You know,
Well, he's so
especially with
skinny.
the video games. Good
Yeah.
God Almighty, that kid plays some serious. That kid is a video game player, man.
I think his metabolism's in overdrive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and that's another thing. People think he's sick. He's not sick. He's just that's just the way he is.
Yeah.
He's
No,
always been an oddball since day one, though, man. I've known him his whole life, obviously. And
I
yeah.
always said for that whole thing to break into video games that he's got the personality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's
Oh
not
yeah.
very good at them, but at playing the games.
Yeah, see, I've never watched him. I thought he would be. That's funny.
Now Gonzo and I have played with him on Warzone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about where you got to play as a team.
Right.
And Gonzo and I will be in a firefight because we got people firing at us,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get done. It's like, where's Al? It's like, and he's over here in some building going, oh, I found this weapon. And it's like, where were you? Just wanders off on his own.
He's in his own world, bro. He's
Yeah.
definitely in his own world.
And it's like, and sometimes I'm thinking he's doing a let's play while we're playing it because he's like, we're over here in this building. Let's go see what they have over here. And Gonzo and I are off trying to survive.
That's my buddy, though. I miss that kid, man. He's gonna be pissed. He doesn't know yet. He's gonna be pissed because he was all excited I was coming for my birthday and stuff. And
Right. Yeah, he was like, he told me, he's like, yeah, he goes, you're coming in January? I'm like, yeah, we're coming in January. He's like, yeah, Robe's gonna be here in January. He goes, what dates? And he goes, yeah, he's gonna be here earlier. I said, he can't extend it. That's what I said.
I extended it all right. I'll be there in February.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of stuff coming back in February too after refurbishments for some.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that, well, of course, besides the stuff that's been in refurbishment for a long time, but I think Splash Mountain will either. Yeah, I think it's still
Yeah,
be in
because they're closing in January and then they'll be open. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It will be open in February. Yeah. And then I know Big Thunder Mountain's supposed to be going into refurbishment here pretty soon too.
This is like new for me too with the Magic Kingdom because I'm gonna do the Genie Plus. I'm gonna see.
Are you doing that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like I'm doing it like the Plus, where you buy your way on rides and get to smack old people out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's part
I don't
of it.
remember that in the advertisement at all.
Right.
But no, as soon as that came out, Margie
everything nowadays, as long as you pay extra, it's okay.
But what was funny is as soon as that Genie Plus came out, Margie looked at me and says, "We will not pay for fast passes." That's what she said. Okay.
I was kind of against it too.
Yeah.
But Panda, John, he did it, and he told me that, man, it's worth every penny.
Well, I mean, I could see why, because I mean, the difference with when you pay for it compared to where you get it for free,
right,
is not everybody has it if you pay for it.
Yeah.
So, but I have
That's
heard
number one. Number two is realistically, when you're paying for it, you can expect. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Whereas when it's free, it's like, yeah, it's not like you're paying for it anyway. You know what I mean? Like I could see a cast member with that frame of thinking.
Right.
But now that they know you're paying for it,
right,
they tend to be more accommodating.
Yeah.
They try to be.
Oh yeah. So, well, guess what?
The dollar goes a long way, sir.
Oh yeah. Well, we have hit our hour.
Oh,
yeah.
We haven't even begun the conversation.
So
I'm up now, oh.
Yeah. So you got live stream without tomorrow morning, right?
I'm afraid so. I don't know though. Like I said, he might be mad at me because of that whole thing with the. I honestly though, I seriously feel really bad because like I would have donated, and I think it's like he's upset really because nobody donated, and I don't know. There weren't like obviously there wasn't too many people watching,
Right.
and
I think something like that, it just takes a lot of promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. It's kind of that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I try to explain to him is you can't just, with something like that has to be a commercialized thing if you're going to go try to do a fundraiser,
Right.
You can't get upset because people don't know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then it helps, like, I don't know how he was doing it, but if you get like more channels involved as well as
Right.
one group to do it as
Which
well.
which I will say that he did try to reach out to different people, I guess.
Okay.
And that I think he's upset about that too, is that, nobody responds back to him. But I was like, right, but do you hit them up all the time? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Are you you know what I mean? Are you making the effort to be in their life? You can't just hit somebody up out of the blue. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And expect them to be like, oh, Al, okay,
Right.
Only I can do that.
Right. So tomorrow, you guys usually live stream at 11 o'clock, right?
Right.
All right. So yeah. So Robe will be on tomorrow with Al at 11 o'clock. There, I think every Sunday you guys usually do that. So
We try to, yeah.
of course,
Sometimes
I've been on there. Been on
yeah,
there a few
yeah.
times. So
Sometimes we miss we'll miss it because for whatever reason, but we try to keep it every Sunday,
says
So,
I'm supposed to get 2 senior dachshunds next week because their owner passed on. Oh wow, Mar.
yeah, let me hold on. If she's watching right now, hold on. Look at there.
Oh yeah.
That's my baby. So sweet.
Yeah.
Good for you, Mar. Those are
Yeah.
good dogs. They really are.
Yeah.
They're a little mischievous, but they're
Yeah.
they're good dogs.
They become part of your family and take part of your heart, and then
And take part of your plate when you ain't looking.
Yeah.
Thieving bastards. But they're too cute to beat. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You can't beat something that looks like that, They
Right.
give you those. They got those almond innocent little eyes, and they look at you like, I didn't mean it. I'm just hungry.
Oh, yeah, that's it,
You know?
yeah. It's like, you're always hungry.
Yeah.
And I know you I feed you.
They're
But
quick too.
that's gonna do it. Thanks so much for being on, Robe.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate it. This is kind of a thing where it's not a one-time thing, but
Yeah, like I like I said, I'll always whenever you invite me, I'll if I can, I will. Believe me.
All right.
You're my
That's gonna
dude. One day we're gonna hang out and ride rides together. And
oh yeah. Either that or we hang out at Trader Sam's.
That you damn right. Club level.
So
people always ask me that too. Like, when I bring people to club level, they're always like, how do you won't they get mad? And I'd be like, mad at who? Not me.
All right. All right, so that's gonna do it. We're wrapping up. So I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming in. Thank you so much for supporting us. Once again, thank you, Robe, for coming in and having a conversation with me. I had a good time. But next week, I do already have a guest, and usually I don't start promoting this till Wednesday, but I will tell you, I've got Pete McDevitt on next week with me.
Nice.
So we're gonna get to talk to Pete for a little bit, and I'm gonna end up. Hopefully, I can get Pete to talk about wrestling. So because Pete's family has a lot of connection to pro wrestling, and I really want to know. Yeah, I want to know more about.
I didn't even know that, man.
Yeah.
I like
So
Pete McDill. I like him a lot.
yeah.
I do.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. So
I'm a secret fan.
right. So
I think he's just really funny.
oh,
I like anybody who's naturally funny, you know.
yeah. So but that's gonna do it. So we'll see you next Saturday at 10:30 for That's a Wrap. See ya.